Welcome to sunny Santa Monica. It is a very nice day in Santa Monica today, and it pretty much looks like that, and I'm sure the pier is busy as usual. Santa Monica. We are coming to you live, but first we will be focusing on Europe, of course, and then North America will be coming later. My name is James Bardolph, and I am joined by Eric Stromberg. It is Halloween, and well, we didn't really tell Eric about this in advance.
No,
but
it's all right, though.
I'm a
trooper. It's hard to move in this thing. Like, I'm trying to...
Really?
Yeah, because it's just, I don't want to mess things up.
Well, I'll leave you to guess who I'm dressed as, but I like that there's a shark on the set. I'm happy with that. We've got the Megalodon tooth out of camera as well.
I was going to ask about that. That's a nice little tooth you got going over there.
Yeah, I'll grab it for you, actually.
Thank you.
Maybe I'm going to get wrecked. I'll grab it for you later. But yeah, it's a few million years old.
Oh,
it's a Megalodon tooth fossil, so that's pretty crazy stuff. So anyway, welcome to today's show. We are going to be starting with Europe, but first we can have a look and see what the table is shaping up like at the moment. Australia's 16-0 at the moment. Only 2 games away from a clean sheet. Can they do it? You'll have to wait and see because they won't be in action today. FaZe will be playing today. They are currently 6-6. You've got North 9-3. Mousesports 9-7. Again, Mousesports have only 2 games to play. I think that maybe the future's not really in their hands. Time will tell. North, of course, having a great run so far. Optic with 16 games played, probably not going to make it to LAN. All eyes on Fnatic and NIP because they've got a fair few games to play. In fairness, so do Virtus.pro if they can go on a win streak. They will be in action today, and we can have a look and see the schedule for today. 4 European games coming your way. Fnatic versus Virtus.pro. Those will be very important. Well, I think all 4 matches, in fact, because NIP will be going up against FaZe as well. So anything here stand out for you?
Yeah, must-win matches for pretty much all these teams, as you know, they're kind of teetering at the point, especially for VP, where yesterday they showed a lot of, like they almost beat VP, kind of, or not VP, Astralis, and they did pretty well, and they kind of lost the ball against it, and they should have beaten FaZe as well, but also a lot of little mistakes causing them to lose the games. And other than that, though, you got Fnatic with a new roster, you know, with and then all that stuff, and NIP, FaZe. I'm very excited to look for all those kind of matches and just see if NIP can, you know, win. I want them to win.
Sorry,
they're up and down. It's really hot in this thing, and so I'm getting used to it.
NIP versus FaZe, I think, is a pivotal series for both of the teams. I think there's a fair argument that both should be at LAN, but again, I think both have lost too many matches at this point. So those are going to be that's going to be a really key situation. But a little bit off topic, Odie from Dignitas sent me a T-shirt. They recently went for a rebrand, which they announced today. So this is the back of the T-shirt, but get ready for this. This is the new logo of Team Dignitas. They've gone for some kind of owl tech. So you can check it out. They've changed their Twitter name to Dignitas rather than Team Dignitas. I think it's just Dignitas now. But I mean, I think the logo before was super awesome. And obviously, I'm very fond of it because I have some of the holo stickers with the eyes going crazy on one of my AKs and one of my AWPs. Nice. So this is a very stark difference.
Looks like a Pokemon.
There we go. So it's cool. It kind of has like almost like a medieval kind of family emblem to it, I think. Yeah. In part, yeah. But again, this is a
Dignitas has kind of been around for a very long time, so you know, they're making their name.
It's a whole new world. So that's Team Dignitas. Thank you. He sent me 2 of these, so I guess one's for Dan. He was flying in today, so he'll be back tomorrow, I imagine. But yeah, so a very different Team Dignitas. So look for the Team Dignitas female squad to be rocking those kind of logos in the near future. So again, our first matches today: Fnatic versus Virtus.pro on Mirage. And then Cash. I think Fnatic have come to the end of their roster mania. I think that this particular team will stabilize. If you are roasting in that, by the way, don't feel compelled to.
No, you know, I have to do it. It's for the show. The show must go on, and I will sacrifice myself. You know what? I haven't thought about that yet, but there's plenty of cups and stuff around here. Who knows what we can do with that?
Man,
I won't do it too much though, but it's all right.
How do I look with an afro?
I like it.
I wonder if because my hair does curl if I let my At least when I was a kid, it would curl. So I don't know if it would even end. Maybe it would be like this, but black.
You should,
if I let my hair
you should
grow
test it out. You should just have no shave November, you know?
The thing is,
with top of the head as well.
If I don't cut my hair for like 6 days, it honestly feels like itchy carpet to me. Like it feels horrible. It doesn't look massive, but it's just, I can't take it, man. Even I didn't shave for like a week, partly because I was just bedridden and sick. But
yeah, how long have you had your head shaved for?
You mean, well,
in your life?
I don't know. I mean, probably like 14 years.
That's a very long time to have the same
longer.
haircut. I've had my haircut probably the same amount of years. I've had this haircut since like high school.
Yeah, because I worked in real estate, so we had to be, well, if you shaved, you had to be clean shaven all the time. If you had a beard, obviously that's a different thing. You look really hot, man.
I'm just trying to come out so I don't look like I'm dying in this thing a little bit. Just pulled a hernia in my stomach trying to get out, but okay, I'm back. I'm relaxed.
Good. Okay, so Fnatic VP Mirage. I think we see a lot of Virtus.pro matches on Mirage. So they're getting plenty of like current gen experience, if you will, against all the different teams on Mirage. We saw good things from Snatchy yesterday.
Snatchy was he's doing amazing with that AWP.
Yeah.
No scopes, re-peeking, clutch rounds, and I think VP has a lot of potential, especially with this lineup. If they stay together, build it up, be like the old VP, don't change your roster every 6 months, you know, like other teams. I think VP can turn some heads.
And the game is indeed live. Fnatic will be starting on the CT side. 5 USPs, of course, on the CTs. For the CTs, twist with a diffuse kit and a smoke grenade. Virtus.pro are a team who love to buy utility on a pistol run. They've got 2 P250s as well. There's one of the Glocks lost on Mihu. JW going for a walk with Brolan in mid, looking into that lower area. Morel's trapped with Pasha. She made a video about Mirage. In the 6 games we had yesterday, I made a week's worth of little video clips from those matches, which is really cool.
Nice.
But yeah, Fnatic are delivering many of the kills, and Pasha has the bomb, but not much opportunity. He has a 1v1 with Exist, who's waiting behind the pillar, and he gets absolutely wrecked. And that is a solid first round for Fnatic.
Well, VP down 0-1 on their pistols. Yesterday, they kind of went, what, 8-0?
Yeah, they went 8 for 8. So
this is something new.
Yeah.
They actually lost a pistol round, and Fnatic kind of, you know, they're pretty spread out that round, just out shooting them. And VP and Neo tried to sneak out, but nothing helped out. Now they're forced to a little force buy. So they're not really playing the money system like what people expected. They're still force buying on these second rounds.
Well, we've got T streaming into the site. Twist stuck between a rock and a hard place, and that's going to allow bomb plant. No one's in CT to stop this from happening. Just Jake and JW making his way over there. He's created some presence. No one going through jungle. 2 of his teammates in connector. That's not quite working out. This is a heavy investment from Virtus.pro, and now Fnatic may have to wonder if they cut their losses. Do they realize these players have Kevlar? 3 versus 4 situation. They've got 1 flashbang. Neo's on the flank. And there's no kit for these CTs, so I do think this is suicide for them. I think it's kind of awkward as well, because you feel like you shouldn't be giving this round up, but I just think that, again, I mean, it's easy to say because I have the complete information.
you're sitting here watching everything from...
Yeah, but like so many people alive, if you realize they have armor, I think there's a really good argument to just give that one up. And
yeah, as VP was in the bomb site, there was still 5 people alive for VP against Fnatic's 3 people, so you kind of want to save your losses and know when to fold them. You know, they just went all in. Now they got to save or reforce buy again. I mean, that's the thing. So
I don't know if one of the other 2 players had a kit, because if they did and they died on the A site, then that does make a hell of a difference.
It does make sense for them to kind of go for it if the kit, because we did see 1 person die in the site, so it may have been a kit there.
So I may have missed that, but aside from that, it's problematic. And they've gone for a force buy in round number 3. They've got 2 scouts. Exist is naked. He's over towards the B bomb site. He's probably playing the gap position, I want to say, judging by the radar. Indeed, he is. Pro players will often jump or run past this angle. Every now and then somebody slips up. Let's see what Morel's dude does.
Oh,
I'm just going to walk straight into it. Why not? Like when you used to see Taz for Virtus.pro, sometimes he would be walking around this area and he would always jump past. He'd have the awareness there, but Morel just gets tagged for free.
Just like that. Michu is going to make his way. Nice flash. Takes out Crims in the ladder room. He's going to make some space in the middle here. Pasha's going to try and make a play here at the stairs. He does take the brawl in. This encourages Twist to push out in the halls, and now he gets a rifle. This is still possible for Fnatic.
Yeah.
I saw a kit, so there is a kit on the map somewhere.
That's a key frag from Pasha. They know there's a player in Palace, of course, because Mirage has been flanking. So they know he's contained there. Exist is not going for it. I don't know, maybe he's moving towards that short position. He's being waited for, though. Mihyu's going to pop out. And now Twist needs to save his rifle. Not contained anymore as he has picked off Morales.
The orange ball, he's looking at it, just making sure he won't hit it.
So tomorrow, I made a video of, there were two incidents with the very serious incidents with the orange ball yesterday. One was, I want to say it was Glaive, who was walking in B apartments and the ball was in the middle, so he almost couldn't avoid it. And he kicked it like 3 times while he was walking. The other one was on train when Guardian went to top of Pop Dog and he saw the ball rolling, so he knew somebody had recently kicked the ball, so there's probably somebody inside. So I made a video of those 2 clips and said, like, this shouldn't be, at worst, leave the balls to spawn in spawns.
Or in competitive games, take out those little things. You don't need that in a competitive high-level play. Leave it in pubs, don't care. But for high competitive play, take out those little bells and whistles here.
Yeah, it's just not necessary. Snatchy charging through the mid position, 2 smokes down, and JW just swiping with his knife in the smoke. Nothing doing for the time being. Roland picks off. There is Exist as well. JW doing his best part of suppression with the knife. Leaves Crims to be dispatched of. Little laboured. Rolls at a Mac 10, not really fantastic at medium to long range.
Ship it off and see what Fnatic's going to do here. 0 ops on that CT side. Very little utility as well.
That's a really awful buy, isn't it?
Yeah, I would have maybe thrown a FAMAS in there, maybe get extra little utility, you know, an incendiary and whatnot.
2 flashbangs, 5 M4 LE4s. So let's see what they're able to do. Oh, it's a very nice spray from JW. And Mihyu gets absolutely annihilated, but very quickly Mirage is into Connector. I think he was still rocking the Mac 10. So higher risk taken, but this is playing into the hands of Fnatic, considering they have nothing to fight with, apart from the M4s, of course. 1 smoke and a HE at this point, but it's a 5 versus 2. This could not be going better for them. They've taken 0 damage, not a single point of damage in this round.
Yeah, like Fnatic and Snatchy is taking a brawling Connector and Twist clean up the round. Not 1 point of damage as you just mentioned, and VP kind of throwing away a round right there. Trying to go for that fast middle play, and Morales with that Mac 10, so you want to make use of it. Best place to do it is in Connector, I guess. Gonna get trying to up and close to the guys in window and stairs. Op coming out, Pasha. Still 0 AWPs on the CT side. Fnatic. JW taking out Pasha with 1 shot of the AK. That's the worst feeling in the world when you buy AWP and don't get a shot off.
Yeah, and that's happened to Pasha yesterday as well, with a nice flash from Astralis for support. Video of that incoming. I made a week of videos, I've said already. I don't know what's coming in what order, but I'm not trying to spam my own stuff.
Sometimes you gotta spam a little bit.
Well, I'll give it no links, so, you know, I'm being good. 4 players remain for Virtus.pro, all at the entrances to A. 1 in Palace, and 3 people on the ramp. And execute around the minute mark. The Molotov will contain him in the choke point. That buys time for rotation from the Fnatic players. But again, they're playing retake. Nobody in the site itself, just around the smokes. Now, I think it's Virtus.pro actually who are pretty good at spraying people planting on the inverse of default. Rails unable to escape, however. JW not overextending, not outstaying his welcome. It's a 5 versus 3. I can play the numbers game as this continues. I don't see any Molotovs apart from the one just thrown to clear out the 5-box position. 2 smokes, 1 can go towards ramp, 1 towards Palace. Just like that, and then the numbers get all lining up though for Mihyu. A 3K, oh my god, that's ridiculous. JW now, he's got a kit, but he's got to find 2 players pretty damn quickly. PDQ, and Neo's running around. He's in the middle position. I don't think he's even got an angle, but JW, he has to hold the defuse, otherwise he can't win the round.
Wow, if only
he's got to hold it. It's too late.
Neo was not even close, but fortunately, JW did not know that. We did.
Yeah.
We saw it, but JW did not. And great run by Michu. This literally saved the round.
Yeah, that is like partly a stroke of luck. Look how close together they are. The spray transfer not labored at all. Michu, the hero of the hour. Get that man some pierogi.
And the team flash by Team Fnatic right there.
Oh dear. That is very expensive.
And now like that, almost a reset. Fnatic's low on money, and he's about to rush out this A bomb site. JW and Twist taking out 2. Snatchy.
Indeed.
In the process.
They are encroaching on the position. Nice crack pick from Morels. 2K from him. VP players multi-fragging, and this is a very, very serious situation now for Fnatic. Down to a scout and a French gun. And the bomb moves away. They've left Morels in situ. Another one for him. Looking for the 4K now exists, is left alone. But VP needs to be careful, because everyone is separate. And now they have all the information. Because I guess it was unlikely this was going to be in a position to cut off the bomb.
Yeah.
But he has a read of what might be going on. Doesn't really have time to pick up a better weapon. Better that he tries to make inroads towards the B bomb site. Speaking of inroads, you can see Mihu's very forward position. And Exist will be eliminated. And that is Eco Town for the Swedish team after a very unfortunate round.
Luckily for them, they only have to save once. You know, not that double save and stuff like that. From last round, they would have 4 little extra guns. So VP taking that 5-2 lead. And just run away. They've been looking pretty good at Mirage. Fnatic's going to do a gamble stack here at the B bomb site. Fnatic, though, or not Fnatic, VP working their way. At least Neo's going to make some noise, trying to bait some nades, if there are any.
Even with the stack, with USPs, I think that the percentages are small of it ending in complete disaster. Well, he's done showing his presence there. Nobody's poking into the A site just yet, however. There's nobody on ramp. It seems that Neo will go to, well, has a quick look and then goes back into B apartment. So, see what VP chooses to do. A boost coming in with the USP. Oh, he's failed the jump. That's disastrous because that's all the information VP need.
Michu definitely heard that. He's not going to risk to push through the smoke as VP decides that they will take this B bomb site. Neo's going to kind of creep up. 2 in the cat snatch. He takes out Twist. Michu. Probably got a couple USPs by Fnatic. But it'd be too much for VP. There's Fnatic, and VP takes the round.
There we go. Everything in its right place. 6-2. Now we have a slightly better buy. I was going to say good, but I mean, they have an AWP, but again, they're still super light on grenades, so it's just been ropey. They lost 3 rounds, won a round, got reset, lost 3 rounds. So the loss bonus has never really been fantastic for them. But again, that means the score is close, so that is a better situation for Fnatic.
It's weird that they don't get a kit. You should try to get 1 person on the kit. Look at Snatchy. He just snuck up in the A bomb site, even when Twist is opping at the ticket. CT spawn, Snatchy didn't see anyone.
Well, they had 2 people in Palace. That smoke kind of thwarts their plans for a good 20 seconds, so they're looking to establish map control elsewhere now. I think that's a smoke towards jungle, I'm assuming. I think it's slightly more to the right for Connector. Indeed it is.
Well, that's an interesting one. That's an old school one, or I haven't seen that one in a while. But VP sneaking up into B halls. There's only 1 player from Fnatic in the site.
Oh, the timing.
Timing's so good. Crims might get shot out, but Pasha takes out Brawl in the connector. Crims realizes that immediately.
Well, it's time to go. 3 CTs around the B bomb site though, and they had some kind of crossfire, and indeed the crossfire continues. JW supporting Crims, and this is falling to absolute pieces from Virtus.pro. They had a solid plan towards the A bomb site. They ended up moving towards B, and it didn't quite work out for them. Not enough CTs were pulled in the right directions, it seems. And it seems that 1 CT smoke into Palace just ruined all the plans for Virtus.pro. Maybe concerned that the CTs would make inroads elsewhere and realize they were all towards A or something. They abandoned their plan. Didn't quite work out. So we have a ropey buy from Virtus.pro. We saw them succeed with a lot less yesterday with the Hero AWP rounds. 3 AK-47s and 2 P250s. They've got plenty of grenades. So this is a team who is prioritizing more grenades, at least on their T side. AWS smokes once again. Nice shot from JW. He's got a flash as well to try and slow things down. There is a Molotov on him, but I mean, you want him with the scope for the most part. Ooh, that should have been a frag, surely. Trying to escape back into the smoke. Doesn't quite work for him. Here's a vulnerable position, that triple area. Snatchy to trade around the shadow position. There's a gap for Brown to play with, but he's moving back for the retake. They don't know the status of mid. Having a look to see if there's any lurkers, 3v3, and all the Virtus.pro players are on the site. Exists with an off angle, waiting for Hugh to move too far. And now Neo will try to cover CT while Snatchy goes for a default plant. Fake for the time being. And while they're doing this, Broland is starting to flank into T-spawn. So again, this is one issue for the Ts. In situations like this, the longer you wait to take action, the worse your situation will be, because the better positions the CTs will often be in. And indeed, Broland is pretty far up now, 3 versus 2, and it seems he's heading towards Palace. An off angle from Exist again. This time it doesn't work out, and now Neo starts to look towards the ramp. It's a long journey walking in Palace, especially when neither of these two players has a kit. I don't know if one is down on the site. And how will VP play it? Both in CT now. I don't know if Exist saw both of the players, but look how far ticked the bomb is already. Pulling a grenade out, that's terrible. Snatchy though will trade, and surely he's got this round. There can't be time for Brennan. He's got a kit though, but can he get the frag? Oh man, he actually, that's huge.
Oh, it's gonna be so close.
Oh no, I don't think he's got it.
Oh, VP kind of steals the round from Fnatic, and I like what VP kind of did in that 2-on-3 situation. They didn't know where Fnatic's gonna be, so they both pushed CT spawn, guaranteed the kill and Exists, and then they could focus on other places on the map. So good teamwork by VP in that situation, the post-plant situation.
Even though Neo was looking on the ramp for a time, that is the issue with ramp versus Palace. It takes a lot longer to walk through Palace.
Yeah.
When you don't have that kit. I guess a new one was on the site, but the balance isn't quite there. The flashbang wasn't quite there for Snatchy either. That was supposed to go out the window, but it should be fine. For those of you at home, that flash that he tried to throw, if there's a CT who's jumped onto the van and is facing from the van, they will get flashed by that flash as well when it does go out the window. So it's a really strong flash to throw, especially if you're just lurking, to take any aggressive players off the angle, jumping up the box and so on.
And also it enables you to hop out the window as you toss that flash off the wall. So it's really fast, and if you're the first spawn, you get it out really, you know,
quickly.
Out as you hop out. So it's like really nice timing as you hop out the window. Since he had a Mac 10 Snatchy, he's probably planning on doing something similar like that, and he did.
Swift collects a toy. This has been a very arid half for Fnatic so far, unable to string any rounds together in a row. Virtus.pro got 3 more, and they're about to pick up their second in a row for the 3rd time. And the money still sucks for Fnatic, so it seems for every 1 round Fnatic win on their CT side, Virtus.pro win 3. And those are not good numbers for the Swedish side.
Not at all, VP. Again, looking pretty good on Mirage. I like it. I like the competition. So much competition in the EU scene. Snatchy's been pretty consistent on throwing smokes towards this A-bomb side, whether it's just to keep the CTs casting, maybe pulling extra people, and as this happens, VP's going to be rushing towards his B-bomb side. Exists kind of an awkward spot, but he still gets a kill with the USP. And finally, Neo takes him out, and VP is going to take over this bomb site.
Indeed, they are 3 versus 4. The Mac 10 irretrievable for these Fnatic players who are all in the market at the moment. There's one taken down by the cash register, and another one. It's a robbery in the market. 9-3 for Virtus.pro. Now, does this mean that it's time for Fnatic to win around again?
If history repeats itself, then yes, they should win this round. You got AWP on JW. Still, again, there's no kit. Why don't they get kits?
They broke, man. And they refused to sacrifice an M4A4 for additional utility. But hey ho, last time they won a round, well not last time, second last time.
That's true.
Without getting touched, so maybe they can do the same again.
VP though aren't going as fast as before. They're going to slow it down a little bit, not get too crazy. Except for Pasha, as I say that.
4 players in mid for Virtus.pro. Smoke down towards connector. The traditional one from behind the boxes, top mid. Traditional throw. Mirage had a really nice pop flash here.
Yeah, you're talking about this morning.
Yeah, I tried to emulate it. I played a game before we started. I had 3 people facing me. I had a silenced M4, bad tool for the job, and I got wrecked.
but the flash worked.
The flash worked, yeah,
the flash worked.
For 2 of the 3 players. I don't know. Should check the demo and see what happened with the frontmost guy. Maybe the sound cue was too much. No sound cues though from Virtus.pro as they creep towards Palace. 2 of the players there. So will they be selling some kind of fake? Is Mirage in the ladder room on short? No, he's there. Okay. I mean Mihu. Okay, wrong person. So they're in position to split the B bomb sites. Now, how will they get to A fast enough? There are 35 seconds on the clock. Exist. I don't know if that molly will hit him if it goes in the back far right corner, but they're really running the clock down Virtus.pro. Now Mirage could go for a late flank into through B into mid. Or maybe he chooses to die on his sword. Twist picked off in the meantime. There's still 1 player on the A bomb site. That's Broland, but he's facing 2. Down he goes. May have seen the bomb. Quick default plant with 15 seconds left, and the rotation begins. Mihi with an off angle. Crims takes one in the face. That leaves Exist and JW rotating in CT spawn. I don't know if Neo can hear them from where he is. Mihi's got 2 flashes, but again, he's flanking from the B bomb site. A Virtus.pro classic, normally the player would go through to the short position, but it's not planted for short. Now, will he see the player in CT spawn? JW has seen him, and again, the lack of kit becomes a problem at this point, Eric, and they will be retreating again.
Fnatic, or I should say VP, I love that call on taking B, and the key for that fake to work is you got some kills. Fakes don't work if you don't get kills. It's the bottom line. You have to get the kill. You have to keep the CTs, over-rotating because, one of their teammates died in the bomb site. So VP played that round perfectly by doing that fake Mihu on the cat, kind of lurking around ladder room. Very brilliant. I like it. Very solid. And now look, again, the double ult from VP on T side. I've been seeing this consistently through the last 2 days.
Yeah. This is unusual for Virtus.pro, but it's always nice to mix things up, and the style of Pasha is very unique. Mihu jumping by accident, but he can't get a multi-frag on this occasion. He's got plenty of info for his team, but they don't really have forward positions on mid to look through connector. 1 player spotted going into the ladder room, but Crims will disappear behind the smoke, into the smoke in fact. Is he willing to go through to the other side? It's being looked for, as you can see. Snatchy very aware of what's possible. Nice shot from him. Oh, he's so close to another one. JW, can he escape? He's almost forced forward into a fragging position, but nothing doing just yet. Buy himself some time while he waits for the molly. Oh. But the HE will finish him off. 2 players remain for Fnatic, 1 on either side. Exist pushing to find out what's going on. And Virtus.pro has slowed things down, but look at the angle being held from the underpass. Does he have a butcher's hook? He does! Oh, he's missed completely. He has whiffed.
Shot in between his legs. And now Exist brings it to a 2-on-2. Morels is really low on HP. Does not take out Exist as Exist finishes the job. Now it's up to Neo, 1-on-2. He's winning a couple 1-on-X situations yesterday. Let's see if he can bring it up again.
They know Exist is a B player. Roland taken out. Now he knows where Exist isn't. Could be coming towards the ramp. Still in the underpass. So where does Neo choose to go? Shadow, Palace?
Yeah, A ramp's probably one of the safest bets to take. Gives you lots of room to move, elbow peek. And look at the utility on Neo. He has a smoke, Molotov nade. And no kid on Exist.
Ooh, he's asked questions, fired a few shots, so he's conceded his position, and now Neo gets to take him out for free. I guess he was pre-firing the ramp position, but once he fired, Neo just had too much information. He can play the time, as he knows there are so many other places to check as well. And away he goes. So it's a pretty, it's another dominant half from Virtus.pro. We saw a few yesterday, didn't always end in success, but 11-3 against Fnatic on Mirage, can't complain.
Yeah, you can't complain at all. VP knows that they threw away 2 matches yesterday. They had those teams, so they'll probably have a little chip on their shoulder to not make those same mistakes as yesterday of getting picked off 1 by 1. And you see here now, the spacing is a lot better for VP. They're exchanging kills, they're working the map really, really well against Fnatic.
I don't believe it's too late yet for Virtus.pro to make a run towards the top half of the table.
Could have a little bit of luck.
Quietly creeping out. Mihu's there for the rifle support, so the mid setup gets completely dismantled, and they're just continuing to just move in all over the place, taking duels for fun. Snatchy spots Broland, but he can't do anything about that position. Mihu has overstayed his welcome. Exists using the gap in the smoke, and that makes it a 2 versus 2. Mirage will spot exist, but Mirage is not one of the bomb either, so still questions to be answered, but the rotation is coming in. The B bomb site has been secured. Brolan, the new wonder kid on the Fnatic side, to try and take down 2 players, but Mirage has got to jump on him, and that will be another 12-3 half, pretty much in 24 hours for Virtus.pro.
So aggressive in those kind of situations. Morales, in a lot of these 2 versus 2 situations, 3-on-3 situations, he's being super aggressive, peeking angles you saw at the kitchen area or market area at B. And now, let's see how many P2000s VP has this run. They only have 2 instead of 4 like last time on Mirage. Remember, they had like, what, 4 P2000s? They're always changing up on their pistol.
So apparently one of the players dropped a bunch of, I guess, P2000s or whichever weapon it was. But anyway, the Fnatic team will breach the A bomb side. They've got a smokes down. Where will they try to push ahead? Do they have any pop flashes? We've got JW in the smoke towards jungle. 2 in CT for Virtus.pro, excuse me, and Pasha in connector. Spotting JW, but the trade is there from Twist, who's doing great work. Mihu completely exposed on the 12 booth, jumping down now, 1 versus 2 for him. Didn't quite see Crims there, but Crims fired a shot. Now he's looking for the trade fragger to pop out, but Exist is leaving it to Crims for the time being. And too much time is passing. The bomb is exposed for Exist as well, so he is the last man standing. The round cannot be won. Maybe Mihu can make some extra money, and Exist will... Well, he's got nothing to lose, because he's got no Kevlar, but I suppose he doesn't want to give extra money to Mihu either. 12-4 for Virtus.pro. Fnatic winning the pistol. Both pistols now, actually. It needs to be said.
Opposite of yesterday. But still, VP is up 12-4.
Yeah.
So Fnatic has a lot of work to do on their T side. Double scout coming from VP. 4 spy. Snatchy and them don't really full buy, I don't think. I think someone dropped the scout. I think Bosch had enough to buy armor and a scout. You're wrong though.
Flashbang from his teammate.
Look at JW, little sneaky snake.
Ooh, he hears the scope of Pasha and he's willing to hunt. Morales was to the left as well, which is a blind spot. But he has already exited the premises. Otherwise, there would have been an accidental bait. And who knows what may have happened. That's 1 player taken out, but there's 2 scouts to deal with as Morales has picked up the other one. We've got Mihu on a journey, getting lots of information of where the T's aren't, but Exist is looking. There he is, and there he goes. Shot straight in the head. Morales looking for the weapon, but very careful to have a look top mid. The grenade from Brolan will stand his ground of the AK, doing... Ooh, that's good damage, done 7 HP. Awkward timing for Crims, still gets a frag, and it seems the cleanup is all but complete. Neo, maybe should have been a frag for him, but full survival for Fnatic, and it is game on. 5-12, they've got a 7-round deficit, but Virtus.pro have got 1 more eco to do. Snatchy with 4,400.
So, look at VP's money. You have Snatchy and Michu both had around 4,400, and the rest of them had 2,000. So I'm wondering if there was a miscommunication. Or maybe it's a set design strat that they do. But I've noticed a lot since yesterday. VP's been kind of weird on their money. Always have a lot of excess money. I don't know if that's part of the plan or maybe it's like a safety net. You know, you have a safety net. Maybe you want extra nades like later in the round, but I don't know. It's kind of interesting. I like to pick their minds about that. Why they have so much money on the extra save rounds.
Snatchy will definitely want the big green gun. For Mihu, he plays short with a fair amount of utility, so no, that will be important. Often he has a lurk smoke which he throws off the top right corner of the ladder room entrance, which allows him to, and then he throws a flash into the middle of mid, which allows him to look underpass, jump on the pillar on short, look over it, and it's almost a one-way smoke to see people top mid, and also there's a slight gap on the left-hand side, so we can do a lot with the smoke he throws on short. And he's headed there at the moment. Neo absolutely wrecked. I think he only saw Crims, So that's not all the information in the world, but the entire team is here for Fnatic, and maybe they'll speed up now. Snatchy sees one player cross into Palace, but he knows he's about to lose his vision as the smokes go down. Now what do they choose to do? Morel's already in the connector position. Snatchy running around to CT. Didn't see the second player. Maybe he heard him, I don't know. There are two CTs here now, two VP players. One player making his way through the smoke. Roland missing the first player. One is behind him, and one is in front of him. 2 versus 2 now. So really annoying smoke from the CTs. Nice for the retake. And JW's left with 4 HP. There's only so much he can expect to do in this position. If he starts spraying, surely he gets taken down immediately. No gap in the smoke. And gets wrecked afterwards as well. Great retake from Virtus.pro.
Very good. That smoke on T-ramp really helped them. I guess it forced Fnatic in awkward spots where they're like, okay, maybe we have to push the smoke or just kind of wait it out. The VP spammed them through the smoke, so unlucky for them. There's that window smoke that everyone loves to throw these days.
Shot from Snatchy, and he will have to reposition. Virtus.pro having a look from connector. 2 players in the underpass. No pop flash from Mirage, not in position. He's around jungle for now. 3 rounds away from victory are Virtus.pro. 4 players in mid, 2 top, 2 bottom for Fnatic. That's the lurk smoke I'm talking about from Morales. So again, he stands in the corner and throws it off the top right corner, so he can look in the underpass. Jump on the bricks, but it seems that Roland knows his tricks. Well positioned for it. And he goes down for free.
A little research. A little knowing the tendencies of your opponent. The mind games.
Yeah, that's what analysts are for. This person likes to do this. In this situation, this person likes to do that. Ooh, what happened there? Pasha was alive, now he's dead.
Why it's so hard at the top level to stay at the top. People watch you.
Yeah, and people like me make videos of your habits as well. 3 players moving through B apps for Fnatic. All 5 still intact, and Twist is in connector, so even if they try to rotate, which I guess they probably won't, he is in a great position to punish them. Fnatic will soon find that there is nobody in the B bomb site. Planting for short, Twist going on the hunt. Ooh, awkward. Hello, meeting of the minds. Look to make this even more expensive for Virtus.pro. You can see the money is in the bin for VP. The first round they won, and they're about to be reset by Wipeout. No frags in that round. And this 6 rounds deficit doesn't look too terrible now for Fnatic, all things considered.
Yeah, they got the momentum in their court. VP just with a hard reset, it's going to hurt. They're going to have to. Now they're in an interesting spot where they, if they save this round, they still don't have enough to buy full guns utility for next round. So I'm wondering what kind of approach you're going to get here. You might just do like a half buy with FAMASes or submachine guns for the next round. In the meantime, Fnatic going to send 4 towards middle. Slow it down, having a pretty good idea that these guys are going to be on USPs. Obviously, it's a reset. So they're not going to try to bum rush into a bomb site for a stack. They're going to feel it out first. So far, nothing. VP's not giving them anything. Fnatic's going to be, hey, you know what? Let's just start pushing up here.
Ooh,
see what
triple
happens.
peak. And one on the high ground as well. I like the idea where it's yielded 2 frags. And I don't know if those weapons can necessarily be protected. JW hanging out for the time being with a Glock. No good sidearm for him. But he's got sidearm support in players. And it'll work out just fine. 2 players lost, doesn't really matter.
I like that flash sequence by VP. But I don't think the second flash over the wall hit anyone.
No, it didn't seem to have any effect, which is
if it did hit
weird.
though, I think he would have. I think VP would have gotten a lot more kills.
Yeah, that would have been very dangerous indeed. So I like the plan, and you always see hints of work that VP have been doing in situations like that. Maybe we'll see another one here because they are on eco once again. So that's why I was saying that 6-round deficit didn't seem so bad anymore, because it is likely soon to be 4. Moving up close, but he'll need more than a one shot with the P250. Crims with a superior angle. Pasha closer to the corner. So he gets wrecked and knows nothing about it. Nice volley on the balcony in case anybody's hiding in the corner. Often a good idea to throw that. Then just keep an angle on things. You can spray through the lip of that balcony. Someone was standing where Snatchy, I think, is crouching.
Yeah, you can. It does a little damage with AK, right? But
it's mainly like an AWP thing.
Yeah.
Taking it very carefully, Fnatic. Smoke to obscure vision from Connector to make it easier to split the B bomb site. Bomb collected by Brolan. So far, things are looking good. Mirage doesn't check behind him. JW's there, who's heard him. Oh, that's awkward. He misses his shot now. He's got an AWP. He's got lines on the balcony. Oh my god! Not like this.
Oh my
Four
goodness.
players surviving just like that. They were so careful.
And they went even by guns. They got all guns from the last round. This is so bad for Fnatic. This is one of the rounds you don't want to lose.
The one mistake, not clearing the ladder room in timely fashion, and no one looking at all in a short position where they've just dropped an AWP, going down for free in apartments. Oh boy. That was not supposed to happen.
And now VP have plenty of money for going if they lose this round. Fnatic still has a little bit to buy.
Yeah, that's a really interesting dynamic. When you are on your last eco before you buy, and you win a round with numbers and you pick up loads of weapons, it basically gives you an extra buy. Because there's so much money that you're not spending on what is normally more expensive on a CT side, especially.
Yeah.
So that is really like a massive problem for Fnatic.
Fnatic just called timeout, probably to calm themselves down after that round. That put a little twitch in my step if that happened to my team. A little angry, so I gotta calm it down a little bit, bring it back. What can we do to bring this back, reset the round?
Yeah, if that happens early, then you know it's better than it happening at a stage like this. But sometimes you gotta accept that things go wrong, worry about reviewing later, keep everything cool. Yeah, it's not even a reset situation for Fnatic because of everything they gave up in that previous round. Pasha creating some space with a smoke. Mirage having a look. Oh, the timing exists. Turned away to avoid a flashbang. Still gets a frag. 4 versus 4. The boost looking for Pasha. Oh, the timing. I think he may have just fell off at the wrong moment if he was boosted up.
Moved just at the last second.
So there's the smoke to take Connector for Fnatic. Minutes on the clock, plenty of time, but they need more frags. Bomb making its way towards A.
Although he's trying to look at the connector as who's hiding. They got 2 Fnatic players in the connector. Snatchy those timing. Oh, so close and hit that timing. Focus on the ramp. Neo takes that one. Snatchy taking out Crims, but Exist and Twist quickly bring it back to a 2-on-2 situation. Twist is very low in HP though. The bomb gets planted at the default spot. This forces Exist to kind of play under the balcony. Not the best of spots, but in a 2-on-2 situation is not bad.
Yeah, picking up the AWP is one way to deal with low health. There's a grenade going out. Mihu goes down for free, and they have an idea of where Pasha is. More of an idea now. He knows Exist is in shadow, tags him, but with very low health, Fnatic on the back foot managed to bring it back. But again, there's another buy to be had from Virtus.pro, apart from Pasha, it seems, if they want it.
Exist with the 4K round coming in big, like when in-game leaders
lead by example.
Lead by example. Get the kills. Showing that I can do it too, guys. One Matrix is not good.
Mihu's been going huge in this game. Never mind the 3K he got on A many moons ago. He's on 24 frags at the moment. So Pasha's on the 5-7. He has fought with everything else. A 2-man push in that short position. Nice angles from Mihu. He can sit on that. He can hear a player in apartments. He should know that there's one more player. Oh, maybe not actually. Because Exist was traded, so they might not realize that a 3rd player was in that middle position, but they're not pushing up towards short. Mirage, in the meantime, has gone through the underpass. Not shy to go there. Oh, Crims, will he look deep enough? He will. A massive headshot from him. He's carrying the bomb, but Mirage didn't have the angle, so they have no idea that the bomb is necessarily in that position. JW in middle, still a man advantage for Virtus.pro. I don't know if Neo will be heard moving through the crawl space by JW. And now he's running back. JW will certainly hear that, so that is crucial information. Do they assume that's a second person going towards A? Seems like they will assume worst case scenario. They should know one player is CT. But where are the other two? Who's going to find out where they are? They've got 45 seconds. Now, they know one player has rotated. If JW risks going through the crawl space, they're probably assuming 2A and 1B.
This is such an awkward spot with AWP. But it's giving information for Crims to kind of sneak back into that B halls. And now they're going to try to pinch on B, but what they don't realize is that I think there's two people B, or like one person catwalk, one person B.
Yeah, Snatchy will be seen.
Taking his time, gets the kill.
Yeah, so they think there's only one person B and 2A, so he's looking to cut off the rotation immediately. He does that, but Mihu is close to the site now, catches JW. There's no trade just yet because Crims had a grenade in his hand.
Ooh.
So the guesswork didn't quite work out for Fnatic, but the round most certainly will. A nice read from them, a reasonable read, all things considered, based on the information they had.
That's so ballsy to do what JW did that round. Literally push middle with AWP, up connector to CT spawn to B. But it's the play to make, it's the right play to make, and good for him on that one. Fnatic sends all 5 players towards his A bomb site. Looks like it's going to be a standard smoke execute here.
The matchmaking special.
There we go.
64 tick gods. A with smokes. Ooh, it hasn't started well. Neo's position. Will he get anything out of this? JW charging onto the site. The AWP first man on the actual site. More players being dropped, and Apache's 1 versus 3. The first player to die was on the balcony, so there's no weapon close. And it seems he will go for an exit frag. Around the corner up here, there is a blind spot where I often will crouch and try to knife people as they run out from A.
Where is that spot exactly?
Just like around the corner. I don't know, like 3 or 4 steps in.
Okay.
So if somebody is looking, if someone's like even goes around and looks towards Palace, they're probably not going to see you. The timing is pretty cool, but sometimes like jumping off and trying to get the knife in is not easy.
You need that money. You want to get the knife. VP calling a timeout. Trying to reset their CT side. Not looking good so far. They've only had 2 rounds. And they do not want to see a repeat of yesterday. Being up to 14 and then losing out pretty much. And just it's one of the worst ways to lose. Because you know you had the match. You put in the work in the early part of the match. But then again, it's a marathon. It's not a race. So BP trying to eliminate what they can do better and what can they do better. Fnatic's kind of abusing that middle a little bit. VP was trying to counter push them, you know, send more people middle, but Fnatic's still winning on the trades. Just had that 4K round earlier because of that.
Well, Fnatic with a big focus towards the B bomb site. They've got the usual smoke down on the short position, a Molotov connector. Snatchy taken out pretty damn quickly, and that's no one in the B bomb site. Nice shot from JW. Morels will trade, but it is Fnatic who surely have position. Smokes down on the pillars. Is this a save situation for Virtus.pro? They have a man disadvantage. They don't have market. They don't have short. They don't have apps. So I think it is safe territory for them.
Yeah, and no kit, so, or at least the kit's
Wait a minute,
somewhere.
Wasn't this a 12-3 half?
Yeah.
Oh dear, not again.
Not again. Exactly.
Not
again.
Again. Come on, VP.
They got the Team Liquid curse going on here.
Yeah.
He's getting up, about to win. Yeah,
it's Halloween after all. Well, from 12-3 to 14-12. It's not great. The stuff of nightmares.
At this point, you almost want to be like, let's just stand 4 people, 1 area. Let's see what happens. Fnac's been pretty spread out for the most part. I mean, actually, no, they've been pretty heavy as well. I mean, they've been playing like 1-3-1s, 4-1s, taking over middle. So maybe VP has to stop pushing so much as their CT side. They're very aggressive individually. But VP, they're doing the 3 and B.
Yeah, keeping the money together, not buying around this and decimating everything if they lose. So now what? Fnatic are basically just abusing the numbers game wherever they choose to go. Just overwhelming the forces of Virtus.pro. And, I mean, this might be a save in itself. Although CT's been left open, if that was smoked off as well, then, I mean, again, with what they have, they don't really have all the position in the world. Whereas going for the heroes play, now Pasha's left with little to lose, just a 5-7. Exist holding the angle. CT's been taken. Nobody watching jungle for the time, but he's focused on this position. Instant headshot from Pasha. Can he pick up a weapon? Can he get a 1 versus 1? Maybe he can. JW playing close, trying to bait him out, going up the ladder, and Pasha will chase him. So just the 1 round now.
So something to note, that's the second time Fnatic hit A, and there's no smoke in CT spawn. So I wonder if that's like, they want the CT operator to be peeking? Maybe they want to get the kill and not a potential one-way when you throw that smoke?
Possible, especially with the likes of Snatchy on the server. Crunch time for Virtus.pro. I mean, even if, what if they like win this round and get reset? It's not much better.
VPR is on a lot of max. They're in max losing bonus, so they should have a good amount of money building up here, even while losing a lot of rounds. VP trying to desperately find an answer to their CT side. Fnatic has just had the momentum complete in their favor.
Broadlands made really deep inroads towards the A site. Do Virtus.pro consider this possible? Oh dear, Neo's got absolutely no idea. Is there a trade from Connector? Broadlands completely blind, and that may be a saving grace. I think with the team flash, the bomb's down as well. Look at the frags streaming in for Virtus.pro. How has this happened? All of a sudden, Crims is on his lonesome, spots Miyu towards short. Miyu's not shy to take the duel, and he will win it. And there's match point finally for Virtus.pro. But of course, there is money for Fnatic. So let's see if they can string 2 rounds together, just like the issues Fnatic had. It's pretty much a mirror. Fnatic got 3 rounds on their CT side. Virtus.pro got 3 rounds on their CT side. It's been equally dominant on the T side for both teams. But of course, Virtus.pro having started on T first, it's Fnatic playing catch up. They need 2 from 2. Miyu out in the open, completely blind. At least Neo can trade for him. And now the other Fnatic players are pretty far away from each other. The bomb is on T ramp. Oh, JW surely 19 times out of 20 he hits that shot. Can only assume he was still moving or something. Didn't look like it, but you never know. Such is GoTV. Bomb moving away from the A site now. Normally 2 towards A at the beginning of a round with a surefire A play, but it seems that Fnatic have moved into a plan B scenario.
What that is, Neo trying to get information here. In the middle, he doesn't see anyone, but Twist gets him from behind from underpass. Sneaky players, Morels. Knows he gets naded, chunked with that one. He hears these footsteps under window, so call out for his team. Nice kill on Crimson Catwalk. Twist exchanging on the window guy.
Maybe Pasha can get into position before they spot him as they go to retrieve the bomb, choosing to fall back. 37 seconds left. Still options for Fnatic. They can still go either way. But it seems the read from Virtus.pro is to be... Oh, maybe not. They're changing positions, in fact. So, yeah, Snatchy has angles towards short, I assume. Here's the footsteps. Will he scope in? Oh, they've heard him. They're almost lining up for him. 1v1, 18 seconds, and Snatchy will deliver the final kill. 16-13 for Virtus.pro. I want to say those were the only 2 CT rounds strung together in the entire match.
Felt like it, at least.
I'm pretty sure that both teams just got reset every time they won a round, apart from when it really counts. And that is victory for Virtus.pro. You had to get worried for them after a 12-3 half for it to go that far. Again, what a crazy 3-man spray down from Miyu in the first half as well. That was pretty key. Again, it didn't look very good for Fnatic on the CT side, but it was a mirror or Virtus.pro success when they moved to the T side.
Yeah, both teams played really well on their T side, just methodical, working as a team, smoke off one area, flash, Molotovs, a lot of great work from both teams. But their CT side, you know, if they had the same level of, I guess, a little bit more coordination, maybe have a little more even on the CT side, but just being T-side players today. I like it. I like
Yeah,
T-side.
I want to see how many kills Mihu got towards the end. As you can see here, he's on 27 kills. So again, outstanding performance from him, up to 28 in this one as well. It's actually finishing things off. He's such an important player for Virtus.pro. I'm so happy they picked him up. I'm a Snatchy fan.
Me too. After watching him at least the last couple days and see how VP is kind of developing as a team, he's been playing really well, and he's one of the key factors. Him and Michu have been like two of the key factors in terms of just consistent killing, on top of with Morels being that random guy he's just so aggressive, so pushy, so finding information and it's just working for them.
We can see
they're beating these teams.
JW, 28 frags as well. Very similar, almost identical in terms of damage to Mihu, but unfortunately Fnatic just fell short on Mirage. So it's nice to see Virtus.pro winning games of Mirage, because again, we've seen so many games of Mirage from them this season and last season as well, and they haven't always been successful. But again, I think their fate is still in their hands at this point of the league. So that is Mirage in the bag. The next map is going to be Cash. That is coming up after the break. Stay tuned.